Tired of wasting hours in long lines just to renew your motor vehicle documents? What if we told you you could skip the hassle and renew online anytime, anywhere with just a few clicks? Well, Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ is allowing you to do just that. Hi, I'm Suzelle Ray and welcome to Finance Matters. Today we explore how TAJ's digital services are transforming the way Jamaicans do business with more efficiency and less hassle. Joining us to discuss and tell us more about TAJ's new electronic vehicle registration certificate system is Meris Haughton, Chief Corporate Communications Officer at TAJ. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow the Ministry of Finance on Facebook, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Threads to see all the episodes and highlights. Ms. Haughton, thank you so much for joining us today.
And thank you for having me.
Firstly, tell us about the electronic vehicle registration system, and does it benefit both private and public passenger motor vehicle operators?
So just to give you some context in this, it's the electronic motor vehicle registration system. This is something that has recently been introduced, as a matter of fact, July 21 to be exact. With this change, you will no longer get a sticker. You're used to having, you see some people with the stickers all around their cars.
That's right.
So there is no more sticker, no more printed certificate when you do your transaction at the tax office or if you do online. Also, with the introduction, you have additional period now that you can register your motor vehicle for. Previously, you could register for 6 months or 12 months. You now have an additional option of registering for 24 months. So those are the basic changes that have been introduced as of July 21. But with this change, with the electronic motor vehicle registration, and just to clarify that it is how you will now get your registration certificate, meaning that if you go in office, you will not be getting a sticker or a motor vehicle registration. Similarly, if you do it online, for persons who have the option of doing it online, then you no longer have to go into office to pick up the document, because we actually offered online service before, but you still had to go in to pick up the documents. So now it's a true online process, and the online process here currently is only for private motor vehicles, or what we call the white plates. Other persons will have to go into office. There's no option for a PPV, a commercial vehicle, a diplomatic vehicle to be registered. They will have to go inline. So if I could just give you a little bit of the inline option.
Sure.
When you go inline at any of our 30 tax offices, you go in, you will now need to have an email address for the process, because the certificate is now going to be electronic. We have to have some way of notifying you that it is ready.
Right.
And this is because we're not going to be emailing the certificate itself to you, but you'll get a notification once the process is complete that you can now download your certificate. So that's one of the change for inline. As it relates to online, you can do it online through the TAJ's website, which is www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. And once you do that, again here, you can actually go onto the secure website to actually download your certificate.
That's amazing, and I know our motorists will appreciate that convenience. But you mentioned now that at this stage, it only benefits private motor vehicle operators. Will it be extended in the future to allow everyone?
In terms of the online, yes. We are moving towards building that out so other persons will have the option of renewing their motor vehicle registration online. But in terms of benefit, even those who are going inline, there is a benefit with the change, because as I say, there's an additional registration period that now persons can have the option of doing. So they can now do it for 2 years. You do it for 2 years and you forget it. So that is a plus, a big plus. And you still have the option of 6 months or a year. So that is also a benefit to persons.
Yes, a very big benefit, the validity periods for those.
Yes.
But let me paint a picture for you, Ms. Haughton. The motor vehicle registration sticker is now digital.
Yes.
let's say I'm on the road all day, I'm running errands, I'm super busy, and my phone dies. All my mobile devices are dead.
Right.
And I'm stopped by a law enforcement officer who has asked me to produce my registration. Will I be penalized for not producing it on spot? Or is there an internal system in place to check and confirm that my documents are up to date?
Sure, and I'm happy you asked that one, because one of the legislative changes, the big changes with the legislation also, is that now the police can no longer give you a ticket for not producing the certificate. Interesting. Because of the electronic nature of the certificate, they can now plug into our system to check using their device. So it's not that you need to have it. Certainly for your own peace of mind.
Yes, certainly.
You would have it. But in terms of producing it to the police, you don't need to do that.
That's very big news for our
very
motorists,
big news,
and I'm sure they will appreciate
fundamental change. However, as a motorist, you're able to actually download it, save it, email it to somebody, or you can print it. If you want it to be more comfortable, you can still print it and keep it in your documents case.
So since these two policies took effect, so the e-registration certificate as well as the validity periods for these two, what has the uptake been like, the feedback from motorists? Are they impressed with what's happening? Are they taking advantage of it? What has that feedback been like from them?
It has been, and just to give you some data in respect of the registrations that we have processed since July 21 when it came into being, we're up to about 100,000 registrations that have been done, and we are about 12% of them have opted to do it online. So with the fact that it's only private motor vehicle renewals that are now available online, we think that that is a commendable number, that we have 12% actually registering or renewing online, and that is growing daily. It's a very quick process. It takes about 5 minutes. You do it, and you have the convenience of doing that anytime, anywhere.
I must also say the work of the TAJ has certainly improved over the years, adapting to those digital solutions. So just before we wrap up, Ms. Haughton, can you finally tell us where Jamaicans can get more information about the suite of services offered by the TAJ?
Certainly. And in terms of the suite of services, and we have a wide range of online services that we offer. We have on our website, again, it's www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. And in relation to the electronic motor vehicle registration certificate, the new system that is in place, we actually have an information hub on our website, which allows persons to get all information that's related to the EMVRC. So we have FAQs, there's a link that can take you directly to the portal that would allow you to download the certificate, and it also has a link that can take you directly to do your renewal online. So we're making it easy for persons to have it in one space, that they can do all of that online, anytime, any place.
Ms. Haughton, thank you so much for joining us on our program today and sharing with us how TAJ is making life easier for all Jamaicans.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Finance Matters. Remember to follow us on social media at MOF Jamaica, and tune in next week as we continue to demystify the economic and fiscal policies and initiatives implemented by the government to empower Jamaicans as we chart a path to Jamaica's economic prosperity.